Oh, we love our next guest. Yes. This past year, actress and comedian Sherry Cola has been busy starring in multiple movies, a TV show, and doing stand-up.
And she always makes time for us right here at Pix 11, right? So please welcome back Sherry Cola to the Pix 11 Morning News. Good to see you.
I will always make time for you. This
Braving
is like
the cold.
It's like a spiritual breakfast.
That's right.
You know?
There we go. Hold on to it.
We have to touch base at least twice a year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, mark her words.
Right? Thank you for coming in, by the way, in like these frigid cold temperatures.
You know, I'm an LA girly.
Yeah.
Through and through. Birkenstocks, no way.
Not right now.
Not right now.
What about Uggs? Are you into the Uggs?
I'm not an Uggs girly. However, if they are sponsoring me,
give her a call.
we'll be in touch.
All right.
Something about the fuzzy, sweaty inside.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we don't need to get into the details, but a girl runs hot.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Let's talk about you. You've been busy. Fifth and final season of Good Trouble, right? Coming to an end.
You know, it's so many emotions. Nothing has sunk in in the last 6 months, for the record. But what a victory. 88 episodes,
Crazy.
you know,
That's
like
awesome.
5 seasons, the last 5.5 years of my life. You know, that's my family. And it was such an important show with beautiful messages every single episode. And I'm just, it's hard to say goodbye, I gotta say. But you know what? I think we're all ready to just see what the next chapter unfolds.
Or folds.
See how
Well, it's going to fold at the end.
it could fold into a little origami, little
there you go.
fortune teller.
And those are very beautiful.
The choice is yours. Choose your own adventure. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what's next for us, because I think the future is bright.
Yeah, but this final season, then, what can you? Because you have a huge fan base now.
Oh my God, you know,
what can they expect?
Good Trouble changed my life.
Yeah.
I think the journey of my character Alice was very much a reflection of Sherry Cola's journey, because you know, it opened up my conversation around LGBT communities and you know, just like we had such important storylines from Stop Asian Hate to trans rights, BLM, equal pay, you name it. And Good Trouble did it in a way that, you know, wasn't forced, it was natural. It was people going through these things, and that's what I'm so proud of. And this season, season 5, it's really fun. My character, it's so meta. She's in a writer's room with these older gentlemen, you know, and like bridging that cultural generational gap has been really fun. And we get into some deep conversations there. So without spoiling too much, I think it's all about, you know, understanding our differences, acknowledging that and listening and learning and, you know, trying to find that middle ground.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was real life. A lot of the themes were all real life, right? And giving representation where it matters, putting a voice out there, all important stuff. But you also have other projects you're working on, right? The new family-friendly animated series that you're letting your voice to.
Family-friendly, you know, is my middle name.
When we think family-friendly, we think Sherry Cola.
Range.
Right,
okay.
that's what we call it.
But yeah, The Tiger's Apprentice.
We got a clip, we're gonna play it, okay?
Ooh.
Dumplings, very delicious.
I'm not hungry.
Eat it!
Tom, pass me the soy sauce. Without your hands. How?
Chi lines. You know, it's like strings of magical energy that are everywhere. You just grab onto one. Like this.
Very cute.
You know, animation is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
We grow up watching cartoons, we grow up watching just things that, you know, stretched our imaginations, and to be a part of this with an iconic cast. Can I say Henry Golding?
Yeah.
Sandra Oh, Michelle
Wow.
Yeoh,
Hello.
Lucy Liu.
Hello.
I mean, the list goes on. I couldn't, you know, even list all the legendary names because we don't have time.
Right.
What is the movie about?
It is so fun. It's based on a very popular children's book by Lawrence Yep of the same name. It's a trilogy, actually, of books. And, you know, we kind of bring it to life. It is a young warrior who goes on this wild adventure with the mystical animals of the Chinese zodiac. And I play the monkey.
Yeah.
I'm a snake in real life.
Okay.
1989. Do you know yours? I should have looked it up.
I'm a rat.
Oh gosh, I think I'm a rabbit.
I'm a rat.
Yeah.
So Bowen is the rat and Greta Lee is the rabbit.
Okay.
Bowen Yang and Greta Lee. That's pretty nice.
Yes.
That's pretty nice in the
love
film.
Greta Lee. I have a huge crush on Greta Lee.
Adore.
Yeah.
But it's set in San Francisco, and it's just so fun, like for everyone. Like whether you're 8 years old or 88 years old, you will enjoy this. It's about, you know, embracing your individuality. All of these animals have their own personalities, which once again, like real life, and they kind of just fight for something good.
Okay.
I'm like trying
When
to
you
not
do-
spoil it.
When you do animation, are you all together? Like, did you get to hang out with everybody, or are you kind of doing it individually in this voice booth?
It all depends.
Yeah.
I did do mine individually, also like schedules and
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
COVID,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
reasons. But yeah, I did mine individually, and there were many sessions. I booked this in 2020.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I
Okay.
booked it in 2020, and what a journey it's been, because animation, the possibilities are endless. Like I'm in the booth, like I'm sore afterwards because I played the monkey.
workout. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm swinging around. No one's asking me to, but I'm swinging
Right.
around.
Just to get in character.
You know,
yeah.
just because I'm so method. I'm so method. I was eating bananas.
Oh my gosh,
I
you're
was
hilarious.
chucking poop. You know,
Right. Yeah. It's like
listen,
a kid.
I'm an artiste.
Yeah, it's right.
But animation is so fun because like you're really just finding this character
Yeah.
in the moment, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, and like the feedback from the directors and the producers. It's very much a creative collaboration, and a lot of riffing. This
Yeah.
movie is funny.
It
Good,
looks good.
good.
I love
Yeah.
the representation, first of all.
Yeah.
But talk about possibilities being endless. That's you in a nutshell. And now what? Maybe a rom-com in the
Range.
future?
I hope
I mean,
so.
yeah, talk about range.
Rom-com, action, honey. The world
there a rom-com?
is my oyster and a half shell. Okay.
Is there one in the works for you?
Wink, wink.
Oh.
I'm gonna say less.
See,
I'm gonna
that's
say
your second
less.
appearance of the year.
Yes, I will say though, something that's been labeled as an anti-rom-com is the film Shortcomings,
Yeah.
directed by Randall Park. It's going to be on Netflix February 1st.
Okay.
And it's based on the graphic novel of the same name by Adrian Tomina.
Yeah.
And it's a long time coming. The book was released in 2007. The film went to Sundance and got acquired by Sony Pictures Classics. And it's been this really cool process. And now people get to see it, more eyeballs on it for sure.
Good.
Awesome.
And Randall Park deserves the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it stars me, Justin Min, Ali Maki, and I'm just a queer icon through and through.
Yeah.
Funny. Are you going to do any stand-up soon?
I'm hopping around town always.
Okay.
I'm always finding a microphone.
Yeah.
Whether it's at
Will you
Starbucks.
let us know?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Can this be a group chat?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's
What are we
do it.
doing?
Let's.
Does anyone have an Android?
No, gosh.
No.
we don't
Okay,
talk to
unless you're gonna sponsor me.
Sherry, we love you.
Right. We're gonna call the
Thank you
group
so
chat
much.
anti-rom-com.
Yeah.
That's our group chat name.
The feeling is mutual. Truly, thank you for having me.
No, we love having you. Make sure you come back.
Yes,
Yeah.
always.
All right.